It was early in the morning. Seth woke up in his bed. Another day has started, and it was going to be another dull day in the life of a loser. As always, he got up, took a shower, got dressed, and left for work. He had no friends or family. His only company were the dogs from the animal control center where he worked. When Seth arrived at the center, all the dogs were asleep. He made sure that everyone was fed and played with. Then he entered the cage of a brown dog named Lexi. He hugged her tightly. Even the smallest sign of affection made him happy. When it was time to go home, Seth took the bus. He sat down next to a girl who was writing in her notebook. It was Holly, a girl from his high school. Seth knew her because she was popular and he was 1 year above her. He had never really hung out with her before, but he wanted to get her attention. So when he got off the bus, he said, "Hey, Holly, right? I knew you looked familiar, but I couldn't place it." She didn't recognize him. We went to high school together," Seth explained. "Oh, yeah, sure," Holly replied. She was busy writing something in her notebook. "Are you a writer?" Seth asked. "What? Oh, no, not really. I'm just a waitress. Writing is just a hobby of mine," Holly answered. "Right, 'cause you look like you write romance novels?" Seth said with a weak joke. Holly just stared at him. She wanted to leave as soon as possible. An awkward silence fell between them. I'll get off here," Holly finally said. When the bus stopped, Seth got off with her and tried to strike up a conversation, but Holly didn't hear him. She walked away from him as fast as she could. That night, Seth couldn't sleep. He was thinking about Holly and how he could get her attention. He searched her on social media and found out that she had a dog. He also saw that she liked the band One Republic. The next day, Seth talked to his coworker Nate. "I want to ask Holly out, but I don't know how," he confessed. "You need to be confident," Nate told him, "and make them laugh. Girls love a guy with a sense of humor," he added with a wink. After work, Seth got the news that Lexi had to be put down. He was devastated. He took her from the cage and held her close. "It's okay, girl." "You're gonna be fine," he whispered, even though he knew it was a lie. The doctor said, "You could adopt her. That way she could live the rest of her life in a loving home." "I wish I could, but I live in a no-pets building and I can't afford better housing," Seth explained sadly. There was nothing the doctor could do. So he gave Seth a sedative and soon Lexi went to sleep. He thanked the doctor and carried her to the car. He brought her to the crematory with a heavy heart. When Lexi was gone, Seth removed her profile from her cage. But suddenly he heard a noise coming from the restricted area. He opened the door, but there was nothing there. Maybe it was just his imagination. That night, Seth couldn't stop thinking about Holly. He went back to her social media and wrote down everything he learned about her. He zoomed in on every picture until he found out where she worked. The next day, Seth went to the diner where Holly worked. He had to reintroduce himself because she didn't recognize him. "Hey, Holly, right? I knew you looked familiar." "We went to high school together," he said. "Oh, yeah, sure," she replied. "Do I know you?" "I'm Seth. You probably don't remember, but I was 1 year above you." I had a crush on you back then," he admitted. "Oh, thanks. What can I get for you?" Holly asked. She was still kind, but she kept a distance from him. "A coffee, please," he said. "Sure," she replied. A few moments later, Seth asked, "So, would you like to go out sometime?" "Sorry, I have a boyfriend," Holly answered. "You don't?" Seth blurted out. "What did you say?" Holly asked with wide eyes. She quickly placed the bill on the table and walked away. Seth was stunned. He had no idea she was seeing someone else. He felt awful for accusing her. That evening, Holly was walking home when she felt like someone was following her. She turned around, but there was no one there. When she reached her house, she noticed a man hiding in the bush. "Who's there?" she shouted. "It's just me. Sorry, I was waiting for my mom," the man replied. It was Seth. Holly felt relieved, but she was still uneasy. She unlocked the door and went inside. "Claire, someone was just outside. I think someone might be stalking me," she said. Her roommate didn't believe her. "Don't be silly. It's just your ex, Eric. He's probably still in love with you," Claire said. "No, it wasn't Eric. I'm sure of it," Holly replied. Then she got a call from Eric. "Hey, beautiful, what are you doing?" he slurred. "Eric, I told you to stop calling me." Please leave me alone, Holly said angrily. Come on, baby, don't be like that. Let's get back together, Eric said. I don't want to be with you. You cheated on me. Don't ever contact me again, she shouted. Then she hung up. See, I told you it was him, she said to Claire. He'll never give up, will he? Claire asked. Nope, come on, let's watch some TV, Holly replied. She poured herself a drink and hoped that tomorrow would be a better day. Soon after, Seth also walks into the bar, watching from afar. When Holly steps outside to smoke and write in her notebook, Seth follows her and tries to chat. Holly still doesn't recognize him and announces she's leaving. Then Seth admits he sent the flowers, and Holly finally realizes he's been following her. A desperate Seth insists he isn't dangerous and just wants to talk, claiming he's never forgotten her since school. Holly tries to walk away again, but Seth blocks her path, making her panic. She pushes him aside and rushes back into the bar, where Eric notices Seth chasing after her. After Holly explains what happened, Eric jumps over the counter and punches Seth in the face. Even while bleeding on the floor, Seth starts laughing, which only makes Eric angrier. He kicks him, and Holly has to stop him from going too far. Eric finally drags Seth outside and warns him never to return. As Seth struggles on the floor, he notices Holly has dropped her notebook. Man, this guy is so creepy. I can't believe Holly didn't recognize him. I knew it was him from the very beginning. Later at home, Seth tends to his wound before opening the notebook. To his shock, it's Holly's personal journal, filled with raw emotions and rants about her life. Seth stays up late reading every word, feeling strangely connected to her fury. Holly would have been better off if she just ran away from that stalker. Now he knows all of her deepest secrets. The next day at work, Seth sneaks into the restricted area and finds a hatch on the floor. Beneath it lies an abandoned room still connected to the power lines. What a perfect place to hide stuff. An idea sparks in Seth's mind. For the next few days, Seth secretly gathers supplies, following tutorials to build something in that forgotten space. He keeps reading Holly's journal obsessively, while also stealing medicine from the shelter. At home, he tests the sedative on himself and is thrilled when it knocks him out without side effects. A few nights later, Holly is walking home when she feels eyes on her again. She quickly sprays her pepper spray at a figure only to realize she hit a random homeless man by mistake. Whoops, sorry, Mr. Homeless Man. She runs off nervously while Seth stays hidden, silently observing the chaos. That night, Seth sneaks into Holly's apartment through the window. She hears a sound and rushes to check, but only finds the window ajar. She shuts it, thinking it's nothing unusual, before heading to bed. Suddenly, Seth leaps from the shadows and knocks her unconscious with the sedative. Man, that was quick. Holly struggles briefly before falling still. Afterward, Seth hides her inside a box and takes her to the shelter. When Nate questions him, Seth lies, saying their boss called about an emergency delivery. Nate believes him and only makes him sign the paperwork. As Holly stirs inside, Seth coughs to mask the noise. Nate hears something strange but dismisses it as the AC. When Seth finally leaves, Holly wakes up inside the dark cage in the abandoned room. Oh no, what do I do now? She pulls at the bars until one of her nails breaks. That hurt. She screams for help, but only the dogs react, barking wildly. Nate, hearing the noise, just assumes it's the dogs being restless. What will happen next? Will Holly be able to break free? And will Eric come to her rescue? Find out in the next episode. But before that, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.